these guys don't like one another. We're going to see how tense this game is. We'll have a good gauge on the temperature of these teams.
Familiarity is a big word in these kind of matchups.
It is. It's a lot of syllables, too.
Yeah, what? A lot of vowels. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Russell is out there with Matthews. Then it's Ingram. Then it's the Prophet. And it's Hassel in at the power forward position. On defense, the Lakers coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but they didn't roll over in that game. Had a good chance still to pull out the victory. Just couldn't come through in crunch time.
Yeah, it was not disastrous. They did have some very good stretches in that game, but they just could not sustain it for as long as they needed.
Here's Russell. Out left to the wing. Now here's Ingram. Gallinari covering. Ingram kicks to Russell. They set the pick. 5 to shoot. And it's Ingram missing. Now here's Moutier. He's guarded by Russell. They grab their own miss. Jokic passes to Gallinari. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
Gallinari gathers his rhythm. He simply rises up and nails the interior shot.
The Prophet passes to Ingram. Count it.
Well, he has a great ability to lead his man with the pass. Puts him in great position to score.
Barton outside. He dishes it to Moutier. Jokic with his screen on Russell. Moutier kicks to Gallinari. Back to Moutier. Clock at 6. Down low. Intercepted. Jokic with the steal.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
You watch Jokic play, and you can see why so many are high on his ability to be a star someday. Brent has all the tools, is a legit 7-footer, and he moves with such ease.
Yeah, Jokic has a nice face-up game and has lateral movement as a big, which is quite impressive. Sense of spacing with his passing is pretty good. His timing on defense is good. Be interesting to see how he develops in the next couple seasons.
The first free throw is good.
And the thing about Laker fans, I mean, they've always been used to their team being the favorite to win most nights. Lately, though, it's more about the excitement that their young players bring to the game and hopefully the bright future ahead.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Pass to Hassel. Screen by Russell. Here's Hassel. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. 3 on the clock. And Russell gets it to go. And thinking about the element of excitement that the Lakers bring, it's about watching their tremendous athletes who also happen to have a lot of skill, too.
It's a different kind of showtime for the Lakers. I mean, it's the joy of watching the young guys grow up and the pain of seeing them make mistakes. One thing we can say about Tinseltown, though, it's never boring.
No. Denver leading by 3. Martin with it. 9-point game his last outing. Gallinari dishes to Moutier. There's the steal. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. Gallinari with the steal. Barton outside from deep. The Nuggets with another miss. Lakers trail by 3. Wing shot on the way. Kenneth Faried grabs the board.
Shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Up top, Moutier. He's guarded by Russell and stolen by Russell. The 3. Here's the Prophet. And again, no good by the Lakers. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Barton, wide open. He fires. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And you can see how dangerous that catch-and-shoot game can be. Will Barton continues to impress.
Russell kicks to Matthews. Now here's Ingram. Gallinari covering. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Lakers shooting their first free throw tonight. And that one misses. With the season in the final stretch, a lot of teams, Brent, with playoff aspirations trying to hit their stride. Just how important is momentum going into the postseason?
I just don't subscribe to the idea of momentum, Kevin. I think of it more of a team's confidence. And so if a coach is able to put guys out on the floor that can carry out their responsibilities, your team's confidence going into the postseason has to be sky high.
Now Ingram, following Will Barton's three-point attempt. Matthews against Barton. Shot clock at 6. And the pass to the Prophet. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
The Lakers have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier. And the first one drops.
Still hard to watch the Denver Nuggets and not be reminded of one of their biggest upsets of all time, beating the #1 seed Sonics as the 8th seed in 1994. Mutombo lying on the ground, clutching the ball. Certainly a memorable playoff upset.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. He hits both from the stripe. And just thinking about that 1994 upset with the Nuggets, that is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest moments in franchise history.
Oh, I can see it now. Mutombo laying on the deck, clutching the ball with 2 hands and maniacally laughing in the air. Yeah, absolutely. That's what you point to. It's one of the best moments in NBA history, in my opinion. Sorry about that, Seattle.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
Now here's Moutier. In the game against Sacramento, very impressive. Matthews against Barton. A step back shot here. Here's Fareed. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Here's Ingram. Doesn't go for him. And it's Denver the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
They drew a lot of fouls in that game, guys, and that was the one area that really stood out when you watched it.
And it wasn't just the points that they got at the line that helped their cause. It was the foul trouble on the other side that went along with it. Several players stranded on the bench for long stretches and the coach having to re-strategize.
Now here's Moutier after D'Angelo Russell's miss. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barton. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Chandler.
And the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him. And a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And now a look at Emmanuel Mudiay here. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's putting up 9 points a game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Lakers trail by 5. Outside Matthews. Puts up a 3. They get the rebound. A Prophet. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside positions.
A different look for Denver. Chandler comes in for Gallinari, and Murray subbed in for Barton. Los Angeles shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And when having discussions about the Lakers over the years, one word that has rarely been mentioned is rebuild. The franchise is used to championships, not rebuilding.
And another word that they lack is superstar. You're not accustomed to seeing the Lakers without a true superstar on that roster. And they've also always been a top destination for the A-list free agents.
And here is Los Angeles now. The Nuggets getting the bucket. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Pass to Chandler. Feeds to Mudia. Fires the three. Nurkic. The rebound by the Lakers. Now here's Ingram. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. As the NBA, Brent, becomes more and more of a skill game where versatility is so valuable, you certainly fit that description as a player. Do you like the way the game is going in that regard?
I do like it, Kevin, and I'll return a question to you and ask you if you think that the skills of the players are just more honed than they were maybe 25, 30 years ago because of their availability to these specialized coaches. This was not the way it was for that generation of players.
Excellent point, but have the rules even enhanced it more that players can show more of their skills now?
Yeah, there's no question about it that the league has tended to go towards being able to allow guys freedom of movement, off-ball movement. The flow of the game is much better. The three-point shot, as we've talked about at length, has opened up the floor, and you get to see the grace and athleticism of some of the game's best.
Now here's Arthur.
Don't let him shoot that.
Murray kicks to Nurkic. Here's Arthur. Comes up empty from 8 feet. The Lakers shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Fades away. Bounces high off the rim and drops. The Prophets got 13 points.
I mean, this quarter belongs to him. They got to feed him.
Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. In the corner, it's Harris. Passes it to Nurkic, and Silk gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Russell. Here's Chandler. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
The defense slacked off a little bit. Probably didn't think he would take that one, but he made him pay.
Here's Silk. They trail by one. Outside Mayo. Collins passes to the Prophet. 6 on the shot clock. Lakers working the ball around now. Back to Mayo. The three. The rebound by Wilson Chandler. Denver's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Harris outside. The feed to Chandler. Dishes it to Murray. Pulls up on the wing, and it goes down 2 points. Now it's a 3-point Nugget lead.
Murray enjoying destroying his defender on that one, draining shots right in their face.
He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Nuggets have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Down low, and the call will be against O.J. Mayo. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Murray. His last outing, he had 8 points. He used that pick to perfection. Murray's got 5 now.
Have to respect the range of Murray. He just nails shots from this distance.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Murray. Screen by Nurkic. Murray dishes to Nurkic. And Brent, one thing you have to like about Jusuf Nurkic is that he plays with some edge to his game. I remember a moment where he scored on a defender, felt they tried to flop, and then handed the ball to them as they laid on the ground.
I love the confidence that he shows. He's a space eater, and he clogs up the lane, and then sometimes he just shows you he's got deft touch and soft hands, so some untapped potential as he gets better.
The first one falls.
And you see Nurkic out there, as skilled as he is, still the thing that baffles you is his size. A legit 7-footer. He weighs 280, depending on what he had for dinner. But he's got great skill, and they're still exploring it in Denver.
Good on both. And here is Mayo. 8 points his last outing. Over to the left wing. There's the pick. To the inside. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
First free throw is good. And both free throws good for O.J. Mayo. The Nuggets leading by 4. A minute 50 left here in the opening quarter. Murray kicks to Nurkic. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And thinking about Nurkic and his size, Brent, he definitely doesn't fit the spot-up Euro big man profile we've seen.
No, he's one of those guys who enjoys the contact, and anytime he can get it, he'll be in there. Can spot up with the jump shot if he needs that. He likes to throw his weight around on the inside, and he does. He makes the most of his size.
And the first one at the line is good. That one misses.
Well, the Denver Nuggets franchise still mining for their first NBA title. They've had some very good teams, but have yet to make it to the finals. They did make it to the ABA finals back in '76. Still, these fans have yet to have a team win the West.
Here's Murray after the basket by the Lakers. He feeds it to Arthur. In the corner, it's Harris. Beyond the arc. And there's Murray on the assist by Harris. And it's 8 points for Jamal Murray. And the Nuggets and their lack of making it to the finals. The team has been in the NBA since 1977, Brent. They've had some great teams, though, along the way.
Yeah, the Nuggets have not had tremendous team success, and you have to look back recently at the Melo years with Chauncey Billups and even Allen Iverson on those squads. And back in the 80s with Alex English and Kiki Vandeweghe and Dan Issel. Still a team starved for success.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
35 seconds left to play in the first. Five to shoot. There's the pass to Cobb. Fades. No good off the back of the rim. The Nuggets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Yeah, pretty much unforced there on the bad pass. He has to just make better decisions on the delivery when he's getting it to his teammates.
Lakers trail by 6. Now Mayo, looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. They set the screen. Collins. And it's the Nuggets with the ball. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Their last game against this squad, they won out thanks to some big contributions from the bench.
Yeah, a few of their reserves got some decent minutes that night, and they took the opportunity and ran with it. A lot of scoring coming off the pine in that win.
So the Lakers 5 right now.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Jokic a screen. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Murray's got 10 points.
And Murray showing some smarts right there, some good patience in that pick and roll.
There's the screen. Down low. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Fareed is checked in. Brent, they say the elite big man in the middle is a dying breed. What do you think? Any truth to that?
How about the birth of the new big man?
Oh, I would say so, too.
I just don't like to be so pessimistic about what it is that we used to see.
You see cycles, right, in the league? We always see cycles.
Absolutely. So I'm more of one of those guys, glasses half full. So let's celebrate the versatility, the mobility, and the incredible talent of the young players at their size being able to be as effective as they are in the NBA.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Kenneth Fareed, and call him Kenneth. He gets mad when you say Ken. He's the manimal, one of the best rebounders in the league. He plays with a tremendous motor. But Fareed said, I never looked at myself as just an energy player. I just have a lot more passion than other people in the league. And I play hard. I have talent and passion. Kevin?
A key player for Team USA gold medal in 2014. Thanks, D.A. Now Russell. After Gallinari missed from long range, they set the screen. And it's Russell missing. The Nuggets leading by 6. And Gallinari kicks to Mudiay. Back to Gallinari. Screen by Fareed. Gallinari passes to Mudiay. And a miss there on the triple. Lakers trail by 6. Ingram wide open. And the Lakers with another miss.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Well, after hitting a 3 in the first quarter, he's gone cold from the perimeter during this one.
Here's Hassel. Fareed defending. Dolman. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Mike Malone is all about business and the business of defense, holding his team accountable for how they play on that end of the floor. He also wants his team to be very strong on the glass, which they tend to be. A defensive stop doesn't become one until you get the rebound.
For Los Angeles, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. Going back to Malone, he's known for being a strong defensive coach. Brent made his name for himself when he first started in the league in that category.
Well, I think Coach Malone realizes, Kevin, that on a nightly basis, the shooting can come and the shooting can go. But what you can rely on is your defensive effort and the presence on that end of the floor. So he continues to demand effort and energy from these young Nugget players.
Now here's Murray. He's got 10. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Fareed.
It just has to be frustrating to guard a guy like Fareed. He is so good at getting the D to be too aggressive with him on looks like that.
The Nuggets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
2 shots.
And the first one drops. Hard to believe that Kenneth Fareed was taken 22nd in the draft class of 2011, Right, he's been a solid player ever since he came into the NBA.
Another one of those players, Kevin, you could classify as just because of his size he was overlooked, but his ability to muscle in and really outwork everybody makes up for that lack of size. Not your prototypical power forward, but he can hold his own. And interesting, Kevin, the 6'8" manimal Kenneth Faried plays a lot bigger. You know, he has a standing reach that's 3 inches higher than Blake Griffin's, but more than anything, it's his athleticism and tremendous hustle that makes him such an imposing presence.
Here's Moutier after Wesley Matthews' score. They set the pick with the teardrop, and it's laid in by Moutier. Moutier's got his second basket of the night.
Not the biggest guy of the 10 on the floor, but showing big heart on that possession.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
And Brent, Faried became a star as the starting power forward for Team USA, winning them gold in Spain in 2014.
Well, also Kevin selected to the all-tournament team, so what a tremendous honor internationally, playing alongside all those great scorers. Faried's relentless work during the tournament really drawing a lot of attention. It helped him earn a 4-year, $50 million contract from the Denver Nuggets.
And there's a little bit of a question as to where Jamal Murray will line up in the NBA. He's played both point guard and shooting guard in the past and has the skills to play either position comfortably.
And I think Murray has shown he can play the shooting guard proficiently. But it'll be interesting if this team sees him as a point guard long term. Didn't play that at UK, so a bit behind the curve in that sense. But with his scoring, however, you just want him on the floor no matter where he lines up.
Well, I think they've always said speed, Brent, is a premium in this game of basketball.
Well, it's amazing by position who it is you think about, Kevin, with regards to their speed, because power forwards in this game today can take some long strides and really start a fast break with just a couple of steps. Probably one of the tougher covers in the league is Draymond Green in Golden State, with the way that he can play multiple positions and use his quickness against some of the big guys who try to defend what it is that he offers up.
Here's Hassel. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Moutier with the rebound. The Nuggets leading by 5. The dish now to Murray. Kicks to Faried. Pass to Moutier. Faried setting the pick for Moutier. Back to Faried. He used that pick to get in close. Faried's got 5 now.
That's where Faried is an excellent option in the pick and roll game. Athleticism and speed. This usually allows him to free himself up on pick and roll plays.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now, here's Moutier. 5 points in the game. He tries for 3. Here's Barton. Here's Faried. And the dunk by Faried.
And that's just really a stellar job by Faried to come away with the rebound, tirelessly working for the offensive board.
Here's Silk. He's got 6. He kicks it to Russell. To the inside. Here's Cobb. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
Well, even the dentist would tell you that's a sweet move for that lay-in. And yeah, you got to love his tenacity.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Murray. For Los Angeles, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. And the free throw, no good. Just looking at the history of the Denver Nuggets, they have never made a big splash in free agency. They just seem, Brent, to not be the type of franchise to throw their hat into the ring for all the megastars in the NBA.
It seems like when they've had the available funds to go out and get somebody, Kevin, they've been unwilling to throw it that way. And it feels like the general manager is trying to do something in Denver right now that's quite organic. You have to go way back to Alex English to see the last time that the Nuggets really dipped in and made a major free agent signing. And for you kids out there, look him up.
Denver leading by 3. They set the pick. Barton outside. Right wing. Here's Moutier. Here's Nurkic. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Now let's check out the rebounds and where they're coming from. Here's a breakdown showing the front court and the back court rebounding numbers for Los Angeles.
And it's been the bigs doing most of the work on the glass, and really no surprise there. That's what you pay those guys for, to control that paint and haul in those misses.
Move shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Nurkic. Lakers trail by 5. Russell kicks to Ingram. That shot misses. And Denver the other way now. Feeds to Moutier. Back to Gallinari. Matthews with the steal. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Fareed setting the pick for Moutier. He dishes it to Fareed. Screen by Fareed. Gallinari wide open. No good from outside. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Lakers passing it around. Hassel's shot's good.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And so here's Denver. Moutier with the ball. 5 points in the game. And Fareed kicks to Barton. Fareed setting the pick for Barton. And stolen by Russell. Here's Hassel. He's guarded by Nurkic. There's the pick. Off the screen. And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Russell. 8 points for Brandon Ingram.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Barton dishes to Fareed. Up top, Moutier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. The Lakers trail. Here's Silk. Pass to Russell. Again, the Lakers.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's Moutier after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Out to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Chandler against Collins. Count that bucket. Chandler's got 5 points so far. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Pass to Hassel. To the paint. Here's the Prophet. Nifty move. He takes it up and lays it in. He's got 15.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Moutier kicks to Arthur. There's a good screen. And there's the foul. It'll go on the captain. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
And Harris wide open. He shoots, and a miss there off the inbound. And the foul called on Darrell Arthur. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
The Lakers in the lead. Outside Mayo. And there's the feed to Collins. Off target with his three.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Chandler, no good. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Chandler against Collins. Back to Mayo. Dishes it to Collins. And the Lakers with another miss.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. There's 1:40 left in the second quarter. Now the pass to the Prophet. Five on the clock.
And a great first quarter for him, but he seems to be slowing down here in the second.
Perhaps the biggest positive for Darrell Arthur is his ability to punish defense with that jump shot. He's so good at the mid-range and pick-and-pop situations. Really easy release lets him consistently make jumpers if he gets himself into open space.
Mayo, the pass to Collins. Here's the Prophet. Off target with his three.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
Harris dishes to Nurkic. He feeds it to Moutier. Nurkic setting the pick for Moutier. Nailed from three-point land. Moutier's got 10. And perhaps the best part about Arthur is that his range can extend out to the three-point line, Brent. Very helpful in pulling out defenders.
Yeah, Darrell Arthur can hit the three if you give him some space. And a big guy who can step out like that frees up a lot of driving lanes for your guards.
Denver in the lead. Up top, Moutier, guarded by Mayo. Here's Nurkic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. The Prophets got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Outside Mayo. The dish to Collins. Ring shot on the way. The shot off that time.
He looked like he was in rhythm to shoot that one, guys, especially as open as he was. Just clanged it.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Nuggets lead by 2.
Jamal Murray had a huge first quarter. He had 11 points, 2 steals, and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side hasn't matched their efforts.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And for the Nuggets, they're shooting straight 49% from the field. Gallinari and Fareed, the duo at the forward. Will Barton is out there with Moutier, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Moutier kicks to Nurkic. Oh, that's blocked. Barton against Matthews, and the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jokic has checked in for Denver. The Lakers also with a sub. Hassel's checked in. Here's Russell. Pass to Ingram. Tries it from 19. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Kicks to Mudiay. Lets it go from 14. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
So far, this game has been all about Mudiay. Just hitting everything out there.
Yeah, easy call.
The Lakers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Matthews.
Free throw shooting, just another part of his game he does extremely well.
Jokic a screen. Now here's Mudiay. He kicks it to Gallinari. It's Jokic top of the key. Barton in the corner. 6 to shoot. Good D by Matthews.
Well, the defense knew exactly how to play his man there. An outstanding effort.
For the tie. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Ingram's got it all tied up now for the Lakers. Feeds it to Gallinari. Inside. And that one's good. Jokic has got 8 points.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And here is Ingram. 10 points for him. To the paint. Stolen by Fareed. From deep, Gallinari hands it from downtown. Now it's a 5-point Nugget lead.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Pass to Hess. Russell a screen on Fareed. Matthews, no one around him, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Nuggets leading by 5. There's Gallinari with the 3. The shot comes out.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Jokic with the steal and pushing it up. Here's Denver. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Oh, and there goes Barton. Kicks it into another gear.
In watching Will Barton play, or rather as he's known, the people's champ, you know, Brent, you have to love the energy and aggression that he plays with whenever he's out there on the floor.
Well, there's something about the blue-collar player, Kevin, that I think everybody who's a fan of the game always is attracted to. That's what Will Barton does. Very easy to cheer for, and he gives you everything he's got every night.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Murray's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
I think Will Barton has figured out that scoring from the free throw line can be a good thing.
Outside, Russell. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. They need this. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Now Bart, he's got 11. Gallinari outside. Just 5 to shoot. Takes a 3. Rebounded by Hassel. The captain's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Passes to the prop. He dishes it to Russell. Here's Hassel. Fareed defending. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Hassel. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Gallinari outside. Down low, Fareed. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Fareed's got 9.
Well, there's a display of the dirty work by Fareed. That is not an easy shot given the defense, but still, he makes it look easy.
Here's Ingram. It's tipped.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you talk about a scorer who can just get red hot. Jamal Murray is that guy. Once he hits a few from deep, he just gets in his groove and can pick apart a defense. Will attack the rim and mix it up on offense if the D starts to overplay his jump shot.
Free throw good, Murray. And with Murray, even in his short college career at Kentucky, he has shown that he can absolutely take over a game with his offense.
Yeah, there were a few games for him with the Wildcats where he just looked to be playing against fifth graders the way he was scoring. Can still get cold from the outside and struggle like anyone else, but when he is on, he is a force of nature on the offensive end.
Man among boys, you're right, G.A.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
Russell against Barton. Here's the Prophet. Second shot opportunity. Denver grabs the miss.
That set had everything but the finish. You know, even though they missed that shot, they know they will convert that more times than not.
And it's Barton that time on the assist by Murray. 13 points for Will Barton.
Smart play there from Barton to establish himself on the inside to convert.
Now a look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have knocked down everything in the last 10 games. The Lakers second.
Well, lately their offense has been completely in sync. Guys are accepting their roles and playing unselfish basketball. That's helped them hit a high percentage of those opportunities.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Screened by Russell. There's the pass to Hassel. The feed to Matthews. Traps in the tray. Matthews has got 13.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
And he's not a guy you can give open looks to. The D has to be better. Got to learn a lesson there.
Now, here is Gallinari. He has 5. The kick out to Barton. Back to Jokic. Got a piece of it. Russell with it. Out left to the wing. Silk passes to the Prophet. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. There's a screen. Dishes to Matthews. From deep three-point range. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
He's not doing his team any good by taking shots from that range.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of shot helps with is your opponent's chance of winning.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And he makes the first. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Chandler comes in for Gallinari. Collins checked in for the Lakers. And he makes both free throws.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Barton outside. Jokic kicks to Chandler. Jokic sets the screen for Chandler. He feeds it to Barton. Beyond the arc. Collins grabs the miss. Lakers trail by 6. Silk passes to the Prophet. And stolen by Barton. There's the dish to Murray. Jokic a screen. Pass to Arthur. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Arthur's got his first points in this one.
Nice ball movement to find Darrell Arthur, rising up and releasing. Gets that to go.
There's the pick. Russell passes to the Prophet. And that one is good. The Prophet's got 19 points.
Fantastic awareness out on the floor. That's a textbook assist.
Barton right side. Jokic a screen. Barton kicks to Jokic. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart.
And the three-point game stands out as a major sore spot. It just has not been falling for him. I think at this point you start to get away from that shot. Try to engage in other parts of the offense. You don't want to hurt your team if that long ball isn't there.
First free throw is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Harris is checked in for Barton. Both good from the line that time. Lakers trail by 8. Here's Redding. Pass to Cobb. They set the pick. Shot off the screen. Almost, but it rolls out.
And they continue to control the glass.
Over in the corner, Arthur. Off target from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Here's Murray. He's got 13. Shoots the three. Second chance shot. Jokic makes it off the glass. Jokic has got 6 in the quarter.
Man, his shot on target, guys. They have the lead right now, primarily because of his effort.
As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. You take a look at Los Angeles. Right now, the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And of course, there's the Nuggets. They're tied right now.
And I think for the Lakers, they've had a tremendous year. There were a lot of people waiting for them to take that tumble late in the season. Well, those people might be waiting for a little while longer.
Well, tumbles happen in gymnastics class, not with this team. I can say that for sure. All that's left to wonder about is how deep a run this team's going to make.
A look here at Darrell Arthur. Ever since he came into the NBA, he's found his way into the rotation of the team. Brent, he just knows how to make an impact when he's out on the floor.
Well, I think it's pretty much the consistency that he gives you, Kevin, on both the offensive and defensive ends. Nothing spectacular, good positional defender, and then obviously that range for a big man, certainly an attribute.
The free throw drops for Arthur. When you look at the growth of the game internationally, you have some that say the system of development is better abroad in Europe than other countries. What do you think?
Well, the club system, Kevin, over there, and having a player involved at the age of 12 years old all the way up to 20 years old, playing with your same countrymen, being pushed around by professionals, getting professional coaching, and the type of practice regimen that they have. Most of the time, 2-a-days practice for most of the season. That's going to get you in pretty good shape and teach you the fundamentals of the game.
And a lot of those fundamentals, a lot of those practices were established by former coaches from this country that would go over there and hold these summer camps.
That's right. A lot of them implemented what they learned from the coaches from the United States and then took them to the next level. And again, a lot of those coaches who travel from the United States to Europe really were instrumental in what it is that has now become the European development of basketball.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Harris outside. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Terrific work inside from Gary Harris. Not used to saying that. Does a fantastic job of backing down the defense and putting his will on his shoulders.
Shooting 1.
That's good from Harris.
And Gary Harris is a guy who I feel is just taking strides. A little undersized as a 2-guard in this modern NBA. Needs to work on his range, but can play a little bit above his listed height. He is very fearless when he goes inside trying to attack the rim.
Chandler kicks to Murray. And the 3-ball is good. Murray's got 16 points.
You gotta love whenever Murray goes straight up with the jump shot off the pass. He's so good at reading the defense.
Here's the screen. Kicks it to Collins. Here's the Prophet. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. The Prophet's got 21 in the game.
And even though he's been incredible from the field so far, his team still hasn't been able to get the edge in this one.
And talking about Gary Harris, who played a while at Michigan State, listed at 6'4", but Brett, you'll see him going up over 2 or even 3 defenders in the lane.
Well, that just tells me, Kevin, he's got extreme confidence in his ability. Reminds me a bit size-wise of Dwayne Wade, and he does the same sort of things in attacking the rim. Very efficient in the offensive zone when he gets in there.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Murray, 16 points for him, and it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Moutier, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And the Lakers also making a change. Ingram, he's checked in for the Prophet. Harris outside. Just 4 to shoot. The shot by Chandler, wide open. Good, and Harris gets the assist. That's now 8 points for Wilson Chandler.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Dolman, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Sometimes it's worth it to find a sliver. Excellent pass there.
Harris dishes to Moutier. Jokic a screen. Moutier kicks to Jokic. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Feeds it to Ingram. Launches it. But they recover it. Silk passes to Collins. Passes to Cobb. He kicks it to Ingram. Tries again. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Yeah, tough with his shot so far off right now. They're going to have to tap someone else to step up until he finds it.
Lakers trail by 21, and on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. Collins is out there with Ingram. Then it's Matthews. Then it's Russell. And it's Hassel in at the 5 spot. Now, here is Russell. They set the pick. Here's Ingram. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Ingram's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Los Angeles. Now, here's Moutier. Nurkic up top. Back to Moutier. Clock at 6. Screen by Nurkic. They get it again. Tries yet again, and it's denied.
In addition to being superb on offense, Ingram is also a ridiculously good defender. His long reach really allowing him to collect a good number of block shots.
Free throw, no good for Nurkic.
And Brandon Ingram, a 5-star recruit out of Kinston High School, he helped them win 4 straight North Carolina championships, the first time that had happened in the state's history.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And Ingram mentored and coached by former NBA great Jerry Stackhouse.
And I wonder if Stack was a little disappointed that Ingram didn't end up becoming a Tar Heel, instead choosing the arch rival and going to Duke. A one-and-done there. It certainly has worked out pretty well for the young fella.
Big part of the NBA's new TV deal, Brand, a provision to allow for digital distribution of games via tablets and smartphones here. I know you're looking at one right now. I know you catch games at airports and on the go when you're traveling.
Well, Kevin Harlan, anytime you're doing a game, it's must-see television, and so I'll watch it.
With the sound down.
No. If anything, I'm connecting 3 Bluetooth speakers to turn it up. I'm totally in with the mobile NBA action, Kevin,
too.
Especially for our jobs in broadcasting, to be able to be anywhere and pull out your phone and watch NBA action right there, to hear the great announcers that we have for the 30 teams around the league, to get in-depth analysis and coverage. What a tremendous luxury we have to have NBA on the go.
It's the best. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
Well, coaches always tell you, if you take a chance, you better get it.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. The Profits checked in for the Lakers. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I know the shot's been off just a smidge tonight, but he's contributed in other ways to help his team have the lead in this game so far.
Offensive rebound, Hassel. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Now, he snakes around that offensive glass, played that carom just right.
On the free throw, no good. Denver leading by 17. Moutier dishes to Gallinari. Screen by Fareed. And Gallinari kicks to Moutier. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots it up. And another miss by Denver.
Outstanding D there. They really got up in his shirt and made him uncomfortable.
Baseline try. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. 23 points for the Prophet.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
He gathers himself so quickly, really has a great instinct for hitting that mid-range jumper.
Now here's Moutier. He tries for 3. And no good that time.
Yeah, that's a head-scratcher there. I don't know how he could think that's a good shot. That's not who they want out there jacking up threes.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
He dishes it to Gallinari. Screened by Nurkic. Now, here is Gallinari. He's guarded closely. That's a foul called on the Prophet. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The dive for the ball. And stolen by Russell. Matthews against Barton. Out left to the wing. Here's Ingram. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Fareed setting the pick for Moutier. And the pass to Fareed. Screen by Fareed. Molinari passes to Fareed. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Los Angeles calls timeout. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I listened in on what Luke Walton said to his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
Thank you, David. On defense, Denver. 22 is their biggest lead. Screen by Russell. Here's the screen. Clock at 6. Shoots. No good on that one. And Denver the other way now. And here's Moutier. Nice D from Russell.
Well, he's seen it before where he can light it up with the best in the league, but right now, he just does not have the touch.
It's good.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Denver leading by 10. Moutier dishes to Gallinari. Screen by Fareed. And Gallinari kicks to Moutier. Screen by Fareed. Moutier passes to Nurkic. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Really starting to attack on the interior here, showing a much more physical presence here in the second half.
And Emmanuel Moutier's path to the NBA, so fascinating. 7th pick overall in 2015, but played in China prior to declaring for the NBA draft. I think that experience helped, but made Denver intrigued as to whether or not he could be the point guard for their organization for the future.
What profit?
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. And here are the Nuggets now. 11-point game. Now, Moutier. There's the feed to Nurkic. Gallinari in the corner. Martin with it. Now guarded by Ingram. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on Brandon Ingram.
It's pretty obvious right now the defense is not comfortable with Barton taking those shots. He's remarkable at drawing fouls when he's on the floor.
Well, following up on Moutier, spent some time in China, grew up in Texas, and was born in the Congo. Brett, that's quite a world traveler at his young age.
Well, my thing is, Kevin, did he keep all the miles? That's going to help out. He's worked really closely with Coach Malone to improve his game during his rookie year, and he plays with a high level of confidence. We'll see in the next couple seasons how that develops.
Jokic has checked in for Denver. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Lakers trail by 12. Ingram with it. Dishes it to Russell. He feeds it to Matthews. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. 15 points for Wesley Matthews.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Yep, he's going to kill you coming off of those down screens. As a defender, you have to fight over the top.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
And Gallo knows how to finish through contact. Excellent touch from there from the big fella.
Here's Russell. Here's Ingram. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Moutier dishes to Gallinari. Pass to Fareed. And Gallinari kicks to Moutier. 6 to shoot. From about 16, again the Nuggets score.
Nice touch from Moutier on that jumper. Those are the type of shots you like to see him take.
Russell kicks to Ingram. To the paint. Pass to Hassel. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Barton against Matthews. Here's Hassel. And Fareed sends it back. Matthews goes in. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Matthews has got 4 points this quarter.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Yeah, where's the box out? That's a mistake that is easily preventable with some fundamentals.
Jokic passes to Fareed. Takes the 3. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Lakers trail by 10. Up top, Russell, defended by Moutier. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
This really has been Will Barton's game thus far, really trying to own every chance he's got on the floor with the basketball.
Now, here is Russell. Here's the screen. To the inside, the Prophet. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. The Prophet's got 11 in the second half. Now here's Barton. Fareed, a screen on Matthews. Moutier kicks to Fareed. The Lakers with the rebound. The Prophet's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Ingram. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Yeah, so far, he has not had his usual effort in this one, and it's really hurting the team.
And here's Moutier, expanding his range. Rebounded by Hassel.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
There's the pick. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Nuggets leading by 8. Now Barton. Screen by Fareed. Barton dishes to Moutier. Back to Barton for 3. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And the Lakers call time here. You gotta like what Will Barton has done in this game.
Right now he is all systems go from the perimeter, just scorching hot. The D has got to do a better job of finding him.
Lakers trail by 11. Down low, here's the Prophet. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 11 rebounds in the game. Over in the corner, Moutier. Matthews against Barton. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Barton.
Not exactly sure what was happening there inside the heads of the players, but very frustrated they couldn't capitalize on the opportunity.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Russell kicks to Ingram, shot off the pick, and right on target with the swish. Ingram's got 12 now in this quarter.
And Ingram is so skilled in finding space off of screens. When there's a pick being set, you have to keep your eye on him. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here is Russell. There's the pick from the arc. And it's Ingram missing. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
The D doing their best on this end, but not enough to stop Gallo there.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
Now, here's Moutier. Gallinari in the corner. 6 to shoot.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
And the first one at the line is good. And you have to feel good about seeing Gallinari out there healthy. He's missed so much time in his career, Brent, due to injuries that you just can't prepare for.
I mean, imagine in the prime of your playing career to miss an entire season. He came back better than ever from his knee surgery. And you always wonder if players returning from such injuries will be more cautious with their play. It's interesting to see Gallinari regaining that confidence and form.
Now here's Ingram. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ingram's got 24 points.
And with Ingram, he can score from anywhere. His jump shot is money, and his drives to the hoop, they're lethal. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nuggets.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they'd sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins. And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Jokic.
Man, that guy just spent so much energy tonight at the offensive end of the floor. You'd think his defense would have suffered. Well, not in the least. He was awesome on both ends.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're behind by 8. There's 31 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
There's the screen. Off the left rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
And he's just working and working and working, tireless.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. "15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Murray with it. So the Nuggets win it. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.